I hear you, 987.
Hello there, crazy man. Hello there, Slammer.
Hey, crazy man, you want to be the announcer for tonight?
Wait a minute, I'm on my sister. I'll get out back with you.
10 Roger. All right, well, Slammer, you're going to have to be a announcer then till crazy man gets back.
Okay. This is Slammer. I'll go ahead and say what I got. It's I'm a Galaxy Center base and a Palomar 351 with a Dosey centimeters at D104 and a tower about 45 feet in the air with an Antron 99 on top of it. And that's what I got. Alright, so how about 987? Come on in. Over here. That thing's got some killer audio. I'm running a over 139 XLR with the RMLE KL513 on a Pyramid 36JS, pushing roughly about 30 amps right now. Well, swinging up to about 30 amps. And then all going into an Antron 99. Telfo. Who's out there? Come on in. Speaking for, we about to bang. Good evening to the band. We run Chronicle 497 as usual. Palomar SL41 microphone. Zodiac. Super penetrator, about 30 foot up. That's pretty much it. Telfo, sounding good as usual. 97, you definitely sound choice over there too. Let's see, how about at 21, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, Roger. This radio here getting a little bit of trouble there on the squelch knob. Got some dust in it, I reckon. I got a Browning Mark III Golden Eagle radio, a two-piece there, and got a little Black Cat GB200 and a shockwave antenna and D104. That's it right there. You see that D104? That's my numbers on it right there. All right, well, that's what I'm talking on, and I'm reading the mail.
Telfo, sounding good as usual. Sounding choice. All right, how about it? Crazy man back yet? I guess not. I guess we'll just chill out for a minute. Anybody else out there?
How about in 1940? Did you make the trip?
How about in 1940? You out there?
$15.4, you been doing okay?
Yeah, man, everything's been after snuff stuff enough, ain't no doubt about it. By the way, that Eagle screaming sounds real good on this end.
Tim Roger, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones there. It's got a lot of things, different channels, that it's not supposed to have in there. Of course, I don't use them because I don't want to do anything illegal, But anyway, they're in there. So that's the way it is, But everything, I got to be 100% over here, 100% by the book.
Yes, Ryan. In other words, those channels you only use for receive there, right?
That's right. What I do to make sure that I don't accidentally key up if I'm actually, listening, I unplug the mic.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good story.
I texted 1940. He may have gotten it. I don't know. He might be getting in there. 529 was out there earlier, and we were talking to Boss Man and some of those other fellas down there in Barbados, and he was mad. He took his shoes off and was mashing everything he had over there. So me and him, I guess he took off there. He must be inside tearing his radio apart, trying to get some more power out of it. I don't know. Who knows? You in there? 952. What I say? 929 529. He gone.
I was listening a little bit earlier, and it was out blowing smoke out of Barbados earlier.
Yeah, there was about 3 or 4 guys in there. Boss Man, Al Capone. Shoot, I done forgot all of them now. I mean, you know, there's more in there than usual at one time. And 24/6, he was in there, and I don't remember another one there. And Florida was trying to get in there. Good News and all them, you know. Of course, they're right there on top of them.
21, I was reading the mail. What gave 529 the idea that he needed to get more power? What caused that?
He must have been so low down in my receive, I didn't hear him, and then I got in there, was calling somebody too, and it just happened to be the same time.
Okay. Go ahead. Video over there, but there's be a Galaxy 94 HP over here. Galaxy 94 HP is better footage. Yeah, telephone. It's sounding good, definitely. 90 feet all the way over here. Is that crazy, man? Yeah, that's what I made last time I checked. Well, that's a good thing. All right. Well, you go ahead. I'm going to turn it over to you. Everybody else has just come in and we're chilling. Unfortunately, I talked to my sister about the doctor and all that stuff we got to do seriously. All right. Go ahead first. Anybody want first yet? Yeah, we pretty much went to a few people already. So go ahead and tell us what you got. And if you can, turn that modulation up or come to the mic a little bit closer. One or two. Your ears are bad over there. Everybody else can hear me. It's about Vegas. All right. They call me a 116, the crazy man. To be the bullfrog and 2 ducks. So I got a regular radio, 2985 DX, 40 channels up on the other side band. Got 2 cop picking animals in case you don't want to throw 1 animal, you throw 2 animals. They got how much 2,000 sitting up in the sky somewhere. I can't see it. Oh, that's it. Amazing. I don't think I got anything else. I all them buttons up there. I couldn't tell you what's on it. Good, I can't read it. All right. I'll catch y'all later. They call me 116. The bullfrog. 2 ducks. We'll back out. Hey, top of the evening, everybody. AKA 41 Lucky said that. 2950, 2x4 BBI, and a 05,000 performer. Hello. Roger, I'm so glad you come in there.
Yeah, hello, Lucky 21. We reading the mail.
10-4-21, top of the evening to you. Lucky, standing by. 10-4, top of the evening to you. 987, 481. Lucky said that. Man, 987. That Cobra sounds pretty good on this end. 987. That Cobra sounds pretty good. I know. I heard you changed it. What I'm saying is that Cobra sounds pretty good there, right?
987, what he's trying to tell you, the one you had earlier was sounding good as well there.
Oh, 10-4. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. That's over one day. It does a good job. I like it.
Hey, Lucky, what's your 20 out there? You somewhere over there near Oak Brook or where?
I'm on the prowl right now. I'm up over by Northwoods Mall, and I'll be heading back that way in a short.
410 on the Northwoods Mall area. Okay, I just was wondering there.
Hey, 10-4. I had a little problem earlier. I had that striker A10 antenna up there, and that thing don't work too good, so I put the serial performer back up, right?
Yeah, Roger. Well, I was noticing that earlier when you were in there, it was breaking up real bad. You was doing good at first. I don't know if you hit a limb or the wind blew it over, but it was doing real good, and all of a sudden, it just went completely out, and then it sounded like you were talking on a typewriter. Was that my radio or no?
No, it was his. I went ahead and make him know that.
I always like to say it's my radio first. That way it takes the heat off of me, and then somebody else can go back in there and say, hey, you're breaking up. And then they'll get on them, you know. That way I'm in the clear.
You just tell everybody under the bus, huh? Hey, 10-4, well, sounds like I need to do some more work, man. Yeah, sounds like you got a loose wire or something.
It's doing all right that time. It's doing all right that time.
It's doing all right that time.
Did you hear us, Lucky? I think I'm keying on Crazy Man's keying on me.
Yeah, I heard you. I think I'm gonna just change the whole damn radio. I got it bouncing up and down the floor, so I can put it back up to the desk and try to work that way. That's better than using a hammer. Yeah, the hammer.
Crazy Man likes that name.
Oh, no. What name?
Hammer.
Hey, I talked about it, picking up and trying on Zoe. You don't want to do that. Get your hammer and hit it. Hammer time. That's right. That better say sledgehammer.
410, I appreciate it, man. I'm just running a little small something there, not very much at all, you know. I just try to compensate over here. What I try to do is compensate for the line loss in the coax there because I had to use such a long stretch. So I try to just compensate for it to where when it does reach the antenna, the radiated power would be something normal there like it would be if you had this real short a coax there, Roger. 410 on the 2 there, man. I tell you what, that's great there. It's I feel like is it like a strong 2 or just kind of like a weak 2 there? Come on. Oh, okay. It's got a good swing also. Okay, I thought I was swinging to a 2. No, okay, so I'm keying up for like a 2 going to 6 there. Well, that's what those black cats, they like to swing there, you know, and I like black cat stuff there. And, of course, I'm just using the receive in it and you know, kind of using it like an antenna matcher.
I think
Hey, Bullfrog, are you up there in Macedonia? Somebody out there holler for Bullfrog, like 15-4 or somebody that I don't know where he's at. He's sound like he's about 10 miles from me, somewhere in a mobile.
I can't hear him at all. Who is it, Bullfrog? You said Bullfrog?
I hear you, Bullfrog. What's your 20? Oh, okay. You're up there in Fairfax, South Carolina. There. That's not Bull. I thought you was Swamp Fox. All right, I was calling you Bullfrog. That's that crazy man. Got that bullfrog and 2 ducks and a chicken and all that, you know. And that's what I got mixed up there. You know, UK, you're up there in Fairfax there. Good to have you in there, man. All right, Swamp Fox, I turned my house around there. Maybe you can hear me a little better. Have a good one up there in Fairfax. So 21, we reading the mail. Roger, Roger. All right, man, I better get this antenna back where it's supposed to go and back out.
Good night, 21. I had you at 15-4 must have got his antenna turned a different way.
He might be on the ground plane there, crazy man. He's testing out that bird-proof gamma match there, right?
Oh, okay. He's on that day. He can't hear me there.
Well, it's bird-proof. So you got a bullfrog and 2 ducks, and maybe that's the exclusion factor right there. When you said the 2 ducks, that's kind of like a foul there, you know. So that gamma match don't like ducks or geese.
Well, I can't help it. They call me a mud duck, but I ain't no mud duck. My bullfrog is 2 ducks.
One, two, three said he's going to get on the base when he comes in there. That's that old bootlegger up there in Macedonia. He's on the chat room there. He's gonna get on the base there, Roger.
That'd be fine. See him come on.
Yeah, Mark, there, that crazy man. Yeah, he's got a bullfrog and 2 ducks over there, and that 15-4 had a problem with that gamma match. And Bird made a deposit on it there and caused it to a short out. So he's got that stuff on there now that excludes any kind of birds. And when Crazy Man said he had a frog and 2 ducks over there, that was it.
Oh, baby. It's better than say bullfrogs and 2 birds.
Hey, Mark, does this thing sound watery? Because I found the settings for the microphones. What was happening, it was using 2 microphones at one time. And that's only about the 3rd time I've used that live stream. And it was trying to use 2 microphones at one time. So I found where to go in there and set it. So I hope it's not that watery sound there, Roger. 10-4, appreciate the crystal clear. All right, that's that Yeti microphone there. That's the one I would like to use. I think the one that's in this video camera is okay, but with that Yeti, I can change the pattern on it. In other words, I've got it set facing me, and the air conditioning unit is in behind it. So if it picks it up, Crazy Man won't mind too much. Crazy Man, you don't mind if you hear the air conditioner running, do you?
Well, you say cool. That's me. I got mine running, got a fan running around the house, and there's a guy going on at the same time, the back window wide open.
Why you want to have the back window open?
Because God make it real hot back there. Trying ready to go out the back door.
Oh, okay, you got the dryer running. I got you.
They get it warm in here when the dryer's done the flip-flopping.
Supposed to do that drying in the wintertime.
And my clothes never get dried there. I can't hang them outside because the birds are pooty on it. I just went down to YouTube and checked it out. Audio sounds good. Whatever microphone, it's a good one.
10-4. Well, the oven has been watery sounding, and I couldn't figure out. I had forgot I had that problem way back one time, and they got it where you know, it's hard to find everything, and they got default this, default that. So I finally figured it out, and hopefully, I sure appreciate you checking it out for me there, 15-4. We was discussing your gamma match there, and reason why you Crazy Man couldn't hear you is because I told him that you had gotten a new gamma match, and the one you have now is bird proof, and why you couldn't hear him is because he had that 2 ducks thing in there.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. But we went down, we heard your transmitter and Crazy Man's transmitter, and you got good audio being recorded there.
10-4, appreciate it.
Rick, you broke it, fix it. Yeah, that's right. You broke it, fix it. 10-4, 21. You got a copy on this one?
I got you. Is that you there? Oh shoot, Lucky.
10-4, 959 Bravo. Hooked up to the BBI 2x4 serial 5000 performer. Come on.
Roger, Roger. 10-4 on that BBI there. That's all right, man. It's doing a good job.
10-4. All right, thank you. I guess it's time to go see 464 with Della. 434, I'm sorry. That note sounds stronger. Oh, no, he can't hear me neither. Oh, no. 10-4, got a copy on you. Appreciate it. Top of the evening to you in there.
Lucky, are you excluding Crazy Man because of his ducks?
Mercy, I didn't hear him out there that time. I talked to him earlier this afternoon, bless his heart. I'm sorry, Crazy. We missed you in there. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that video there sounds bad. But I started to my mind. I didn't tell you it sounded like you're talking. Hey, 10-4. Well, I guess I'll leave this one in here, 10-4. Yeah, unfortunately, my buddy got that bad boy over there, John's out the key at the same time I did, where you didn't hear me. 10-4. Sure sounds real good down around North Charleston. Appreciate it on North Charleston. Actually, that's where I am. I got to go run into the store right quick. And firstly, I'll be back with y'all in the short. Okay, short, Frank.
I know y'all know about it, but about Sears closing over there in Northwoods Mall, that's supposed to be having some type of liquidation sale over there from I don't know when. You know how that goes. But I was surprised. Well, I guess I was surprised. With me, you can't really tell. But, you know, I went into Lowe's on James Island, which I go over there almost 3 times a week, you know. And went in there and looked. They got Craftsman all over the place, man. Opening up boxes, Craftsman, big old tool boxes, Craftsman tools, you name it. They're everywhere. And all of the tool chests that they had that was cobalt. There only about 3 of them left in there, and 2 of them were sitting over by the front there. One of them I'd kind of like to have, but it's a roll around tool test, but roll around tool cabinet workbench thing. I don't need that. I already got one like that made by Fat. What was that Fat thing there? Shoot, yellow and black color there. Anyway, they make rulers and stuff. Anyway, I got it a long time back. I don't want that. But the last Craftsman toolbox I bought, of course, it was probably only $99. That was one of the first ones I had gotten maybe 40 years ago. It's real cheap, you know. And I kind of lost interest in buying a toolbox from them. Although I like their tools, I always take them back. But Home Depot's got them their tools boxes on sale right now, $100 off. So I might look at. I just want to get one more roll around tool chest there for my tools, and because when I retire, I got to get all my stuff from work and bring it home. That way, when Crazy Man comes over and wants me to change the light bulb, I'll be able to do it. What do you think, Crazy Man?
I think it'll be a long time I got changing your bulbs on my truck.
Well, I might have to change a back light there, the turn signal or the backup light.
We got one of them.
You don't have one?
Got one by there. Since I own the truck, that's the only one that's been by there. Nobody that's been the wires on it.
10-4. Well, whatever you do, don't go down the interstate backing up. The cops will get you for only having one light.
No, I put on my top light when I back up.
Okay.
Everybody move out of the way, so I don't wonder what it was coming up the road.
You might need that backup light now whenever you go over to Mount Pleasant again, where you can go in that reverse lane. That's what you got to do, is back up in that reverse lane, isn't it?
I don't know. They get back to what they move away from what it's going now. I think I'm going through the lucky country here. So 2 go up there, 41, come up the back way.
I know one thing, and I sure hope it, and I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to think it. And I sure hope and pray it don't happen. But reversing that one lane, there's no barrier. Only thing you got between that other car is that line. And I sure hope that nothing happens to anybody there, because you know how it is. They run off the road and everything else. And boy, if they do that, it'll be bad.
You got that right. Somebody get better learn how to swim before they do it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a good idea myself. I think it's going to ask for problems. You get more where you can shoot. Did they say when that service is closing?
What say they're 15-4?
Did they have a date that service is shutting down?
I don't know. They keep changing and coming on the TV and saying all kind of different stuff there.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because I've heard already 2 different times, so I don't even know if it's in stone yet. Pretty big part of the mall. They got a real expansive store there. Yeah, they're gonna have to find a big company to come back in there and save that place.
Oh, you're talking about Sears? Something like August or something is whenever it's going to be done with this year, August.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. They better go ahead and throw the Sears because they can't they're got to stay out of it. Do it across your leg and arm. I did pretty good when that damn Kmart started closing. I went over there and bought a bunch of them Sears tools up. got like almost 70% off of them, so I got a good deal on them.
Yeah, I knew something was going up whenever years ago Western Auto started selling Sears tools. And I said, what's up with this? Then I go in Kmart, and they start selling Sears tools. And I said, oh, look out. Now Lowe's has got them. That's, So anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, I think Mother just picked him up a while back, didn't he?
It just happened lately because they weren't in there the other day when I went in there. They loaded them down. They must have brought in 2 semi-loads. And I don't know about the other stores. I think the one maybe west of the Ashley and the one over in Mount Pleasant, probably that big store in Mount Pleasant might be the one of the biggest ones around. And the West Ashley store is pretty big as well. I'm thinking about going over there this weekend, tomorrow maybe, and seeing what they got as far as the cobalt. But if they don't come down, and I'm not paying full price for one. I always wanted to get one of those big, gigantic stainless ones, that's got a DVD player and all inside of it, and a refrigerator and all that. But that thing was like $2,000.
Yeah, Tim Pool, I know what you're talking about. I like them definitely. But yeah, let's see. I don't know, like I say, how they're going to work it this time. But like I say, at first it was like 10%, then it just goes to 20, and then it keeps on going down. But the bad thing about it is whether or not anything's left after you get past 50%.
Well, a lot of times the people that work there tell their friends about it before you can get in there. They got the inside track. They know it's going to go on sale, And they said, hey, Joe, don't tell anybody, but tomorrow I'm getting ready to mark this box down. Oh, yeah? Do you need it? No, but I know somebody that does. Call them on the phone. All right, boom, All right, I'll be there tomorrow, And then you over there. Where'd it go?
Yeah. They probably make a little pocket change for themselves, too. You know that.
Yeah, probably wind up a bunch of them. Start looking on Craigslist.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I wonder who was making those cobalt tools. I'm pretty sure that there for a while that the same people that made the Husky tools was making the ones for Craftsman. Of course, Craftsman don't make anything, they just stick their name on it, and but it seems like they're so close to and almost the same. Some of them about the same looking thing.
Yep, I got you on that. Also, a lot of like the lawnmowers and stuff. You think John Deere makes that lawnmower? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know that I got 2 lawnmowers. I got a Craftsman that I bought in 1992. I still got it. Crazy man knows what I'm talking about. It's a 22 horsepower, a Kohler engine, and excuse me. Whenever Sir Bucket Surveyor was still alive, he's working up there at Money Man and Goose Creek. I'd go up there and look around and buy stuff, and he'd tell me what they had up there, that same that mule plow I bought from up there, and I bought that other lawnmower, and it was almost exactly like mine, same thing, just a little different here and there. And it was made at a company out of Orangeburg there, and it was called Lawn Chief or some, I don't know, name there. But anyway, same thing.
Outdoor Power Equipment is actually who makes most of all your lawnmowers now. And just like if you can take Craftsman and Husqvarna and go look at both of them exactly the same year and everything, and they're exactly the same lawnmower. But that's because they don't make the lawnmowers no more. That's why when you order parts, they ask you about a serial number on that thing, because they'll be able to tell whether or not it's original John Deere or it's a damn, aftermarket, somebody else's brand or whatever.
is that place still open in Orangeburg or what?
Oh yeah, that place is still open.
Oh, okay.
Tempo. There's a drum starting.
Hey, Drumstick, what's going on, man? Missed you last week.
Not much, sir. What was last week?
You did what?
What was last week?
Saturday? No, it was old radio night, just like tonight.
Tempo.
Yeah, you were in there just about 2 minutes before we started, and then you disappeared.
Oh.
You know what Crazy Man said?
What?
He said you were in there eating some barbecue.
Negative.
Okay.
No, you're eating barbecue chicken.
I bet you're tired of barbecue, right?
You know that.
Yeah, I got to get up there one of these days. My son-in-law and daughter go up that way because they live up that way. I'm not too far from there, but I I don't really go that many places. When I get home, man, from work, I don't feel like, hey, let's go somewhere, I want to say, hey, after fighting people to get home on the interstate and working all day, and didn't want to go when I got up that morning. I don't want to just, hey, well, let's find somewhere to go. No.
Tempo. So you said your son-in-law and your daughter come to my parents' restaurant?
They've been up there several times. I was telling them about it the other day. They were talking about some friends of theirs that were stopping by from Canada that they had met one time, and they was going to spend the night at their house as they were going down to Hilton Head to stay down there. I don't know, somebody down there, their parents or something, I think. And they said they were looking for a barbecue place to go to. Well, I fell into a trap. That's what they said. So I said, well, why don't you go to Music Man? And my son-in-law, oh, we go there a lot. We've been there before. But we're looking for a place more like on James Island over there. I said, well, I mean, I didn't know you. I figured, So what it was, they were looking for a place that they could go after they had left their place on the way to Hilton Head. But at that time, right then, there wasn't any open. Bessinger had already closed on James Island or whatever that part of James Island is. If that's the city, I don't know. Did I talk too long there? Uh-oh, I talked too long. Drumstick took off.
I think that was asleep. I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I was scared I talked too long there.
No.
Okay, well, Crazy Man gets upset when somebody don't pay attention.
Tempo. Charleston that's got good barbecue.
Scott's, where's that at?
Yeah, it's downtown Charleston.
Okay. How about that one? It used to be up there on 78. That was always one of them that everybody used to go to, before Somerville was as big as what it is, just before you get into Somerville on 78, if you're coming from Charleston, it was on the left-hand side there. And then it was just a little house like back when I was back in the 70s, 68, 70, around in there, I don't know. And then they built a new place there now.
Was it Kelly's?
Yeah, that's it. They still around?
Yeah, 10-4.
I think all original ones must be dead.
Tempo.
That's Drumstick.
What is the place called you're talking about?
Kelly's Barbecue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Kelly. But I think they're still open up here on 78.
I know, but the original ones that was in that little house there, right where they built, near where they built that new place, I don't know if they're alive or not, because my mother said back then, of course, she's dead too, I wouldn't eat there. All of them's getting cancer.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, well, I ain't there many days. I used to have a small indie shop right next door there on 78 several years ago. And, yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about there.
Roger. Did you know my friend kind of sort of across the street that had a body shop, paint and body shop?
Knew him real well. I can't remember his name right offhand, but yeah, man, he did the El Caminos and stuff. Matter of fact, I had an El Camino back then at the same time.
Yeah, 10-4, yeah. They were back in the day over there where the police station is on 78. We lived in Jedburgh then over there about a monkey house. Guy had these monkeys and all that lived in there right on the corner of Old Orangeburg Road and Jedburgh Road, or highway, whatever it is, number 6 or whatever, 16, Road 16. And he was one of the first ones to buy some property back in there where the police station is at now, on Dorchester Police Station, whatever, back in that area there. And man, it was treacherous getting back in there. He was actually a friend of my father's, really. He was a body man that ran the body shop for old man Jones Ford.
Yeah, that's correct. What's this, 20? Good people you talking about?
Drumstick, he's over there, Dorchester and 526 area.
10-4. Just asking. I hear him. You're at 10-5. I didn't hear exactly what he said. I can hear him, but I just ain't got a real good copy on him.
10-4, he said he was just interested in you and wanted to know where you were, and he could hear you.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, they call me Slammer, and I definitely got a copy on you. I just really got a whole bunch of ears on you, but I definitely got some down on you. But you sound good, 10-4. 10-4, Slammer. You're sounding good this way in Monk's Corner. 10-4. I appreciate Sunday Claus. Say 10 for yourself. Now you definitely made the trip. They call me 755, the Slammer. Standing by.
You must have turned something on there, Drumstick.
No. Why?
Well, he couldn't hear you one time, and then you came back, and he could hear you. So that was good.
Oh, I thought he said he can hear me. He just didn't have a lot of signal on me, but he had modulation.
Oh, okay, I wasn't paying that much attention. I didn't want to get in y'all's conversation. Well, let me stand by a minute and let them other fellows get in there, Drumstick.
Drumstick dreaming over there. No. Oh, yeah. How are you doing? I'm doing so far, I'm doing fine. I don't know about my Tuesday. Tempo. 42, Maggie. I got no of the damn sweet, white corn off this cotton. We got 3 teeth in my mouth. Tempo. I bet that's no fun. Oh, yeah, especially when you got 3 on the bottom, the 2 of them's rotten, and the other one's still alive. We're going to have to gum the heck out of it. Yep.
Drumstick, what he's developed is like a sandpaper tongue.
like always, no doubt about it. Drumstick, we just want to wave our hand and let you know you're doing a good job around North Charleston there, right? Tempo. Hey, do any of y'all know any channels like this, the regular CB channels, like late at night? Because I like to talk ground skip. Do y'all know of any channels? I know there's some on channel 20 I talked to in Conway, and there's some guys on 30, and I believe 35 that talk from but I haven't heard them on 30 or 35. They talk from the Augusta area.
Yeah, 35 is Georgia Flash and those guys down there around Springfield, Georgia, and Waycross, and even down around. Me and Crazy Man talked to them down in Valdosta, Georgia. I used to live down there. That's 265 miles there, about a driving. I don't know, but anyway. But 20, that's Boney, and some guys from Johnsonville, and up that way. They stay up there on 20, and used to be some people on Channel 4. But I don't know about any other ones there, Roger.
Now, where are the people from Channel 4? Where were they from?
They were from up around Sumter and all like that, at Sumter, Manning, and up in that way.
Tempo. Now, I talked to Georgia Flash and them before. Do you know about what time they normally get on the radio?
Have no idea.
Tempo.
I do know that on Channel 14 around 9 o'clock, which is not too far from now, there's some guys up there, a roll call up there in North Carolina. You can sometimes hear them. And I got in there a couple of times, but I had my vertical beams back then and was able to get them, but it hadn't done it since then. But they were on 14, so I don't try anymore. But they're in there. If you hear them, it's Butterbean and some other guys. They'll get people from Tennessee, Georgia, all over the place calling in.
Tempo.
Used to be some guys out of it's near Charlotte, North Carolina. He was a Mako dealer when Mako first bought Gizmochi from Charles Radio, and I think his was number 84 or something like that. And he had a set of, I think it was like a 12 element, and he had it 100 and something feet in the air. I don't know what happened to him, but he disappeared. Used to be on a picture of it on the internet. It might still be, I don't know, but it showed a advertisement for the crane company that put it up there. And he sold Gizmochis and Mako, but I've talked to him a couple of times. I can't remember the name of the town. It's some people say I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's the way that they pronounce it. I wish I remembered the name of it. Crazy Man probably knows.
Nope. Is it Albemarle?
No, it's somewhere up near Charlotte, North Carolina, up that way. I don't remember the name of it now. Shoot, I don't know.
Tempo. I'm going to go try to get them people on 14 at 9. What did you say that mean Tampa was?
Yeah, I do a little bit of listening on there first. You just start blasting in there on 14. You know, I'd just kind of listen a little bit and see if you hear them up there first. For you, you know, that's what I would do. Well, one time Butterbean was up there, and then a Georgia Cracker, and then it was Hermit and some other ones. I don't know. It's been probably 2 or 3 months since I heard them, but there's other people talking on 14 local, so I wasn't able to just go in there and throw down and try to get them, you know.
Tempo. Is it Gimachi Stampede?
Yeah, he had Gizmochi. He was selling them. You know, when Mako bought them out, they moved from what was it, Indiana, where Charles Radio. I talked to that guy Charles. His son is the one that bought Mako. You know, but I talked to that man, him and his wife, in like 1980 something. There when him and Maycom were trying to sell stuff, you know, and they were getting ready to kind of get out of it. I didn't have any money to buy that business there. I'd have loved to have bought it. I talked to him about it, but shoot, I didn't have any way to. I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together, and I hadn't got them now. But I sure didn't have them then, and I wished I'd have had the money to do it though. And but anyway, his son is the one that bought Mako out, and they already owned Gizmochi, Charles Radio. So they just moved the whole caboodle up to some other state up north.
Yeah, Tempo. 21.
Yes, sir.
They're in Illinois.
Okay, Illinois. Okay. Somewhere in some folder somewhere, I've got some correspondence from him, the old man. And back then, that man was 80 years old. And so he's probably would be 115 now, 105 or more. I don't know how old he'd be now, maybe 115 years old. I don't know how old the son is, the one that's got it now. But I also talked to him as the son about a Mako 150 receive amplifier, about a problem that they seem to have, and he wasn't too helpful about it. And I don't know who was actually making them for him. And but I talked to John Boy about it, and because he built a lot of stuff for Mako, and he's too busy to be messing with me, but he did take the time to talk to me. So, but it's got a special transistor in there that's kind of hard to get, but I just put it over there and look at it.
Well, yeah, he's in Mount Carroll, Illinois. That's where I got my gizmos from, was from Charles Electronics. And Mount Carroll, Illinois.
410. Nine 987, you still in there? Ken Roger, what are you on now? The 98 VHP? 10-4 on the Galaxy 94 HP. What does that radio put out? How many watts?
See, I got it on the high side right now. It's doing about $1.25 on the swing there. Between 100 and 125 whiskeys.
All right, okay. I just was wondering. It's making it.
Here's 10-4. On the high side of the dicky, there's about 20-25 watts, and on the low side of the dicky, roughly about 2 or 3 watts.
Does it kind of draw a pretty good bit of amperage on that power supply you got?
Yes, sir, it does. It definitely does. It's running right now.
Roger, Roger. Mr. T, he was on the chat room. I don't know. He might not. He might have those kids tonight, be able to get in there, but I'm gonna wave my hand to him. Roger.
Just now looking at one of them Machi set of beams, and the boom is 42 foot long, just a boom.
Yeah, they got some big ones there. You get that they call it something, a booster kit or something. You just add sections on the end and keep on adding, but you have to. One thing I like about them is they got that support up underneath them. A lot of people, most of your beams, they hang them from the top, and that the wind can blow them upwards. But with the way the Gizmochi is with that support system, it ain't going to blow up and it won't blow down.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's got like a crisscross pattern you're talking about?
No, it's got a two pieces of angle that come from off of the boom and go up to the bottom of the boom from the mast. Two pieces, that one on each side to support the boom.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that's what I was basically saying. But yeah, I got you.
I don't know why all of them don't do that. It's good to have that one hanging from the top. That's all right as long as the wind don't get underneath it. But if the wind is right and that thing starts rocking, it'll fold that cotton picker up like you closing your hand together.
Yeah, Tim, I can believe that. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at a set of beams like that, and I was like, gee whiz, man, you'd have to have one hell of a setup to damn just get them up there.
410, yeah. Well, Raymond said from Delaware, 127. Isn't that you there, 127? In Delaware said, hello, everybody.
755 is waving.
He can hear you.
Telfo. 755, you say that's a 42-foot boom? Yeah, Telfo. One I was just now looking at. Get a lot of water. I think if you get they come standard with 3, and then you have to power boost them out from there, from the standard 3. You can buy it too, but standard 3 you power boost them out, and each section is only about 4 foot that fits inside of the mast to give you the distance. But that's about a 16 foot 2-inch boom there on a 4 element. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's one hell of a setup.
If you go to their website, they show a picture of the guy that's got the biggest set of Gizmochis there is, and I think I don't know if it's a 10 element or what it is, but it's on there. I've seen it before.
Well, this one I just looked at, it had one, and then he had a set of I think it was a mid-raker 4s on top of the beam, tower, and the mid-raker 4s look like the little trays compared to that Gamachi, that big boy he's fixing to put up.
Oh, okay. Is this something like on Facebook?
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think those are custom. But you can see it's massive. I mean, they ain't no joke. I can tell you that. I can see the ADR. So they're definitely custom. I think they're customized. Yeah, right. I think 21 is right. They do sell a stabilizer set that you got to buy that extra. It's like $127, and it's 2 pieces of aluminum tubing, almost the same length as the boom. They fit together, and they got it turned down on one end
and you attach that to coming up from the mass to the boom, and that's how you stabilize them there, right?
Yeah, tempo. Yeah, that just seems like a lot of putting up.
No, actually, it goes together pretty good, and you know, you don't have to. When I ordered a 4-element, but you got a 3-element and then a booster. That gives you your 4th element. Then if you want 5 elements, that'll be another booster, and then the max is 6 element, and that would be another booster.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I didn't know you could do it with a booster like that, but that's cool.
Yeah, you can. The way they got it set up, you can really start out with 2 elements and boost it as you want to, all the way out. But the max you can get is 6 elements.
Right, okay. And that's through Gamache or who?
That's with Gizmochi, which is Charles Electronics in Illinois. He makes them.
Okay.
He makes Mako too.
Yeah. If you go to his website, you see all the Mako products, all the 103s and 106s and all that stuff that Mako has also.
That's cool. Okay, I'll look at them some of them.
Hey, 755, I can't do it right now because I got this thing running. How about just Google Gizmochi antenna and go to their site there and look at where it says customers antennas and look at that guy that's got that gigantic thing up there.
Yeah, tempo. All right.
Yeah, I saw that 21. I think that's like a 12-element beam he's got up there. But that's something he made because that's stuff that he get from Gizmochi. That's you would have to have a bigger diameter mass and you know all that to make that work up there, especially way up there in there.
Oh yeah, it'd be ripping that thing out, you know.
Because the mass that they sell, including the boosters, that's 1.25 inch aluminum. This is 1.25 inch OD aluminum tubing.
10, Roger. I was listening to a Videogate the other day. I couldn't hear Motormouth Mall. I could barely hear Prime Minister. They were in there talking, you know, and he was telling Motormouth Mall about the one he had or the one he was used to have or something with a 4-inch diameter boom.
Yeah, that would be stable, but that would be pretty heavy.
Yeah, that's the kind where you go and find somebody that's got a Volkswagen and you cut one wheel off and turn it on the side for a rotor.
Yeah, using the axle. Yeah, you got that right.
Crazy Man, are you still in there?
Yeah, I'm still here watching your show.
Which one is that now?
The fellow looked like a raccoon in the face from channel 36,
10-4 on that there. I haven't got my TV set up out here yet. I've got it out here, but I haven't put the box on it, you know. I've got the one in the house and the one upstairs. And this one here, I've been thinking about just putting the outside antenna on it, you know, but I just haven't done it. So I got to get that going so I can watch those Svengoolie.
That's what I'm watching.
Well, I sure hope he don't have that cotton picking thing about Godzilla on there again, or let's see, either Godzilla or something like that's not what's on there, is it?
Oh, it looks like a Godzilla. He wasn't big enough yet.
Oh, is that the one that's got that thing on his head that lights up and blows people up?
No.
Oh, they wear that thing out, man. Look like they can't get but 1 or 2 movies on that show. It's either that or Frankenstein, you know?
No,
they got them damn rubber chickens on there.
You ever watch that 24/3 Comet? That's some crazy stuff they got on there, those weirdo movies, you know.
You got that right. Weird. I mean, guarantee you they're weird. Like Channel 14, and I might have say that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just 24/3 on mine. Because I've got the outside antenna on the TV in the bedroom. I've got the box from Spectrum, you know, and I just haven't put it on there yet. I just because there's some channels that a couple of them that you can't get, that you can get with the outside antenna. So I don't care anything about. And another thing with that box, you got to go through all kinds of different channels that said, okay, you can't get this. If you want this, you call this number, you know, and you got to keep searching and searching. Like from channel 2 to channel 36, you only got 15 channels with that box. Basic TV, 15 channels, but they might be on channel 172, might be on 115. You got to go through all of that unless you know exactly where it is to find them, and I don't care to do that. So I just rather stay with my little outside antenna for right now. I'm gonna move that out here.
Yeah, for I still got that. I have one piece of that called crab cage wire sticking up there. That 192 going over there. Hooked it up, and I've been catching everything except channel 2. I can't pull them out.
Yeah. I'm going to order one of those remote control beams with the inside remote control there for like, I think that thing is like $40, $35. It's supposed to be good for 120 miles. And I'll put that up on top of that tower and see if I can't pick up somebody, you know, but there's only so many you can get. It's all going to be the same. If you hook up Columbia, they get the same channels we do. It's not going to be, you know, you might get some local news and stuff that you don't get right around here, but other than that, it's not going to be a whole lot of difference. So I just want it for the remote control, and then, you know, being outside, I don't have to worry about flipping and flopping and seeing like a checkerboard pattern and listen to the guy talk like
Yeah, well, I heard a bunch of them sound like that on this radio. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at there. One of there's up there, and it's a 6 element. It only weighs 24 pounds.
Yeah, they're not very heavy weight there. That's good too. You don't need a big monster rotor, you know, to turn them.
Yeah, Tilbo.
But then you have to use a TV that comes off a TV antenna for one of them rotors. Then that's all you need on one of them.
I just take my elevator up there and turn them.
He cheated on me.
Do like I do until I get this new rotor in there. I got a rope 100 foot long hanging down from the beams, and I'll walk around in the yard and pull it around to point one way or the other there.
Yeah, Tilbo. Well, like I say, when I get that lift mounted to that pad, that concrete pad I'm fixing to do, I'm hoping it's going to start it tomorrow. And then I can just push the button, and then I go all the way to the top of my tower, and I can do whatever I got to do.
Yeah, you ought to invite Crazy Man over there to ride on that thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we need to do.
Hey, 21.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you can call those people with your TV antenna box and just let them know, you know, just like your radio, that you don't want to see those channels. You just want to listen to them and see what kind of deal they give you.
Okay. I didn't know that. I can just listen to them.
Yeah. Just like the channels you got in your radio, you don't transmit on them, you just listen to them.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll say, yeah, I just want to listen to them. And, yeah, they probably said, well, okay, well, go ahead and do like that TV that Crazy Man used to have when he was back up in Waldeboro with the snakes and all. Hey, they took to find one by the dump and took the picture tube out of it, and just a hollow little TV, hollow TV, and Crazy Man would get him behind there and make funny faces in the back of the TV, and people would watch him there, right?
I made a bunch of them laugh, too.
Everything except them snakes.
I've made a bunch of people laugh. Yeah, really.
Yeah, he got like a floor model, and they pull a tube out and the chassis out, and he'd sit in behind there, and they'd all sit around, and watch him make faces and all, and they'd laugh. I could do that, and they'd laugh one time, but when he did it, it'd be 6 months, they'd still be laughing. I don't know why.
I'm looking at Copper's got the Gizmochi 4-element 1500 gamma match for $309.
Yeah, you might be able to beat that price. Copper's in the cheapest place. They're not the cheapest, you might be able to beat it if you go on eBay and put that in, and then go to one that is selling it, and then look down below it. They'll throw a bunch of them in there to try to knock you off of that one.
I got you.
I don't know why eBay does that. They're greedy. They try to make as much money as they can. They make money off the people selling it. They make money off the shipping, everything else, and they got the PayPal too. And, but yet when you click on something and you think about maybe buying it, you scroll down to kind of look at some other, the information about it down below, and you'll see other ads down in there with cheaper prices. I don't think they ought to do that, but that's up to them.
Right. And they're saying with that, you want to get a booster, it's like $79 too.
That's what size is that? A 3-4 element?
755. The cheapest place I found that system is Ken's Electronics. You can you plug that into the internet. Ken's Electronics. He had the cheapest prices, but he's particular on how you order and things like that. And it just a little bit. He's just a little particular, but he's got the best prices on Gizmochi and Mako.
Yeah, Telco. I'll definitely look it up.
Yeah, I've dealt with him before too. He's kind of what he is. I guess that's why he's in business. He's particular there. I tried to get some specialty items, some special mic plugs for a real old radio one time, and it was giving me a hard time. But anyway, I didn't have the information, and he's busy, and I can understand that, so it's all good.
You said that was
Ken, K-E-N-S, Ken's Electronics.
He wants $396 for it, the 4-element and the booster.
Yeah, but the 3-something that you had, that was for 3-element. So that's probably a better price on the 4-element.
Telco.
But that's who I got mine from Cooper's. That's who I got mine from. But like I said, doing my research, Ken's was the cheapest place. I just, like I said, he's particular about ordering and stuff.
You mean Copper?
Yeah, that's where I got mine from. But Ken's is the guy that's got the best prices. If you go to his site, you pull them up, you'll see even the power boosters are cheaper than what Copper
Tempo. All right, well, I'm going to look up both of them.
$19.40. Did you make it in there? Drumstick, did you get out of there? One more, 987. Couldn't hear him.
Hey, I'll give it a try. 165.
Hey, man, where you been?
Man, I've been so busy. But hey, I'm out. I finally retired. I'm gone from over this, but I'm still busy.
10-4, 10-4. Well, that Obering is rough, man.
That's keeping me busy all day, man. I go out in the morning. I drop my daughter off at school, and I just go drive. And yeah, it's fun, but it's busy.
10-4. What is the charge, the cleanup fee for a barfing in your car?
It's $250 for puking in your car.
How do you collect that?
Yeah, $250. Now I have given over 700 rides since I started, and I've never had one happen. So it doesn't happen that often.
410.
Yeah, my wife's doing it on the weekends. Yeah, I've done it about a year and a half now. Part time, and I'm doing it a little bit more. I'm probably doing it 3/4 time now. But and I mainly do like Monday through Friday during the day, and I know you make a lot more on the weekends, but that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I never had but before that, I was driving a lot at night, and I never had a puker. I've had them close. I've had 5 feet out the car and puke, but it never happened in the car. That was almost.
Hey, 165. Hey, 165, don't go out there sexually molesting no passengers now.
No, can't do that. No.
Do you have a camera on you inside and camera on them and all like that?
No, I don't have a camera. No camera and no, I've never had a camera. Maybe I should put one up, but I never really had any issues.
10-4.
Hey, 21, the reason why Raymond in from 165, he said he's been busy, you've been busy down there, spending all this time down around Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, 10-4 down there, yeah.
Yeah, I checked in the other night, a couple weeks ago from Myrtle Beach on the internet. Boy, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Hopefully tonight it won't have that watery sound. Like I said, I found out what was going on. It was trying to do 2 microphones at one time. Got to do all kind of checking and clicking and cutting off. I was going to use that OBS system that Night Ranger told me about, and he uses it, but I got it and downloaded it, but I couldn't figure out how to get the camera part of it right, so I didn't mess with it. I knew how to do the live stream YouTube after I found where to set the microphones up right so everything would work. So I'll try it later whenever he's on here. He can guide me through it.
Copy that. Hey, 21, I barely hear you. You running barefoot?
Uh-oh, barely hear me. I don't know. Just barely got anything on there.
Yeah, I mean, you're just above my noise, but I got you.
10-4. Well, I don't want to have to borrow any of Crazy Man's amplification over there, right?
No, yeah, I don't want you to mess with Crazy. March. Yeah, tell them, folks.
Did 1, 2, 3 get in there yet? He must not have got in there. I got to run and get me something to drink there real quick. I'm getting a sore throat or something there, getting choking. I'll be right back.
I got a lollipop for you.
Okay. I'll leave that alone.
You can leave that alone. I got a lollipop. I got a wooden stick on it. Hey, 15 for you there.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Hey, good to hear you. Please pass on to 103 on Monday. I said hello. I don't have any radio in my van that I've been driving.
Yes, and Ryan. Well, 103 been 10-7 for about, I guess this is his second straight week. Is regular truckers in the shop being worked on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell me he got disabled on the Wando Bridge or something.
No, he's I talk to him on landline every day, but he's hard to talk about that radio but you know, and that diesel car, they got a lot to do to fix that diesel car there, right?
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, he's probably itching, man, because he's out there all day. Boy, he's fun. Anyway, okay. Well, when you talk to him on the 21, let him know I said hello.
And right, will do.
Oh, no, he said he will do, okay.
That's better than will don't.
Sam, you can hear me there? Yes, it is. 15-4.
Yes, sir.
Before you want to talk to me, you act like you didn't hear me?
When I not talk to you, you crazy. That's impossible.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk to you, and everybody say I ain't getting out, man. Okay, I sit back and listen to you then.
No, that's impossible. I got you in my radio and nobody else was in my radio.
Y'all saying something about an antenna, he ain't getting out or something that didn't work, or something like that.
No, 165 was pulling your leg. You was pulling your leg because he didn't know you was out there.
Oh, okay. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Sam, pump it up. Hey, I got some over here. You can put it, stick it both of them in your ears on both sides. They can put it back through the other side. Then you get all that mud, all that peanut butter and jelly out of there. You can take my place, Tuesday.
No. But I wish you well, man. I'm sure everything's going to be up to snuff and tough enough. Crazy, you come back out a new man.
That's what my daughter told me. They put a machine on me yesterday, made my, put a shot in my arm down and made my heart go, felt all wet, kaput on me. Oops, I need to put some more back in and get him back. I so glad he did. When he did, I would come up all that stretch right quick. But thank you.
Yeah, damn right. Well, there's stuff they got out there now in that medical community. It's just amazing. We just take it for granted now. That stuff has got so fantastic. I can remember when there were people dying because they had a bad hip, because there wasn't too much they could do for them at a certain age. But now, hip replacements, knee replacements, what they can do for your heart, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I know. I picked the best hospital to go to, too. That was out Roper. That Roper helped me out a whole lot.
Yeah, I think if I had to go to the people with the white coats in a hospital setting, that's where it would be, Roper.
Yeah, no good try that, dude. You die quicker.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But I got my confidence in Roper. I heard a lot of good things. I've never had to go to the hospital except when I was a small boy. But that's where if I have to go get an operation or some procedure done, that's where it'll be, Roper.
I go back to Roper's emergency room one night to see what it looks like behind all that plaster. Well, I lost a good bit of blood over that way.
Yes, Dan.
I happened back in 1990 working as a mechanic. I was down on squat down on the floor there and doing some fixing out a boot before it put up in the dark there in the emergency over there in the X-ray room there. They put a new one and everything in it. And I was squat down. Somebody said, look out, my look up, it's too late. That doggone 800-pound X-ray door came down on me, first crushed me.
Yes, Dan, right. So you got pretty lucky. That could have been fatal.
Yeah, I know. They cracked my hat looked like a raw egg. When you crack it, get the egg out of it, nothing left to it. My poor hat. I couldn't find one of the pieces of it. My head back there, Lord, like a doggone tree stump started growing in the top of it.
Yes, Dan, right. Yeah, it probably took a while to get rid of that headache.
You guys are right. It happened on a Wednesday morning, 2 minutes to 9. I'm supposed to take the break around 9 o'clock. Always the way ahead. You got that break before that door hit me. I'll tell myself, give me the door, I don't want to see. How do you go see? I don't know. You got one left. The other one's all black and blue. Your skin covered up your eyeball. The other one is barely can see. No, I ain't gonna let you have that. See yourself in that mirror. You might cut up and see. Who the heck was that?
Yes, Dan, right. Well, Crazy, I hope everything goes fine for you on Tuesday, which I'm sure it will. And we'll put it on you when you get back. And two ducks in a bullfrog.
They can't call me a mud duck anymore. They got to say bullfrog and 2 ducks, so that's how I got it.
That's right.
See, I can't be mud duck. I hate to break it, man. I ain't gonna be no mud duck. You gotta be a bullfrog and 2 ducks. 2 ducks helps the bullfrog don't get drowned.
Hey, 15-4, are you going 10-7?
Yes, sir. I'm getting ready to pull it out. We're going to go and watch a basketball game. You need something?
Negatory, I was just inside there, so I want to tell you, hey, appreciate you being in there, sounding good, and we'll do it again. I'm getting ready to shut her down too there. It's 1 hour and 22 minutes. That's a pretty good time there, and we really enjoyed it there. Everybody out there, it's 21. We're going to be 10-6.
All right, 21, always a pleasure on this end. Crazy and 165, 987 if you're still by the band, and 755 the slammer. We put it on y'all later. And if Drumstick is still out there, good afternoon, good evening to you too. You know who it is. I'll see y'all bye.
I got 15-4. I didn't know you were going 10-7 now. All right, go ahead and get in there and watch your basketball, Cole. That on 1961, be sure to let him know you watching it too then. All right, catch you later, bud. They call me Crazy Man, but back out.
15-4, 21. Doggone, 481. Lucky saying, hey, y'all have a good one. Bye, 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 bye.
See you later, Lucky.
10-4. Have a good one.
You pulled the plug too there, Lucky?
In about 5 more minutes, as soon as I get to my driveway there. I got to make an early morning run up yonder in Sumter County there, copy.
Oh, Lord, you go ahead and have fun there. I hope that AC works real fine there.
Hey, 10-4, Crazy. All right, you guys take care, man. Lucky, we're standing by for a short.
Yeah, 410. I'll be out here be watching this crazy show, the 21 show always we watch it. The damn thing look like a raccoon in the face anyway. I'll catch you later. Boom, boom, bum, bum, what it's called, bye-bye. I get it right.
Hey, Lucky, if you happen to talk to that 500, old Stinky Foot, up there around that Sumter Manning, hey, let him know I said hello there, Roger.
I sure will. Doggone, I usually catch him every time I go through Alcaloo up there.
410, okay. Well, when you go through, tell him this is for 21, and just throw a dead key for about 1 minute there, right?
I sure will.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Y'all take care. Good evening to you.
I like you better tell that I was going to stick your first. The crazy man trying to wave at him, man. I can't get my voice got to get out that point. All right, catch you later, Jeff.
Thursday, top of the evening to you. 61. Long time no modulate.
Yep, I hear y'all breathing on my little radio. I hear y'all out here breathing on my radio, so I thought I'd bump it down and say good evening to you, Tenfo.
There you go, and good evening right back.
All right, y'all take it easy on out here. Oh, I'm trying to get me some things done over here. I'm that quiet.
That's the best way to do it, that Star Patrol top and that, I tell you.
Right back here, Crazy. Hey, Crazy, you doing pretty good on that here?
Well, so far, I get rid of these damn pains on both sides of my stomach, I'll be okay. I go into the hospital Tuesday, sometimes Tuesday, down to the local hospital, they can put me underneath the lights and take care of the problem.
You team on that, okay, all right. Well, we keep our everyone praise on you, man, no doubt about it. Yeah, I got some pain over here too, man. That sciatic nerve mess with my lower back and leg on this end, but Crazy, you take it easy out there, and we be looking for you to get back on the level of the man.
Yeah, poor Jim, ain't my back at my arteries. You gotta stop off on me.
Yeah, I know you done got on 300 and some thousand miles. It's time for a little oil change.
Yeah, mine got so damn going dark that they can't see through it.
Yeah, so they gonna have to give you the whole deal on an inside body treatment. So you're going for a whole deal on new treatment, get new pipes and everything.
Yeah, I was up there about 5 or 6 hours yesterday, Roper, to put me all through it. All that doggone thing that won't be sure my right to be able to go in the operation. They called me yesterday afternoon, the doc did, and they said, Rope, you'll be all right. You can go ahead and with what you already planned to go in. Besides that, your wife will be up there with you too. But what right? That one you met a long time ago when you got your gallbladder took out, Mister. Oh, I didn't ever get to see her.
Hey, dear, on that. All right, Crazy, y'all take it easy out there. Let me go back 10-6 on the side. I gotta run back in the kitchen. I'm back out here.
I'll tell you, I got 1965 Cross Star Patrol. Old friends. They call me 1160. Crazy man. We're back to watching this crazy ass show.
See you later, Star Patrol. And while it's still in there, 45 said hello to everybody. He's not feeling well. And, hey, take it easy now. It's 21. We're back out.
Okay, 21. Take it easy out there. 45. Take a pick of Google and get back out there on the radio. I'm going to the kitchen.
You're going to get him some fried chicken. What are you doing? Going to get him some fried chicken and cold Budweiser.
Yeah, I got to go up there to Bilo and see probably this coming week, see if they got that special on again for that 8-piece, or was it 8 pieces for $4.99?
Yeah, $4.10.
Yeah, I usually get two boxes. You know, that's a little over $10 altogether for 16 pieces. You know,
That's a good price, though. They got some chicken, good chicken. There's better than Church's chicken. Oh, there are chicken price up there on 17.8. They're too damn salty.
yeah, they got some of the biggest pieces I've seen in a while there at that place up there at Bilo. Great day.
I know it. That's kind of how I used to bring it. So when I found it up there, bottle, that's where I got it from. Probably out of 23 of it. Me, you, and the puppy.
Right. Well, I see Joey's in there, and he's still in there up there and at Whitmire. All right, well, I'm going to be getting out of here, crazy man, and uploading this thing.
Yeah, 410, I'll be still watching your crazy show over here.
Roger. All right, man. I'm going to get in there and get ready to check on OTR, Old Tube Radio Network. They got a It's on YouTube, and you can check it out and see those radios those guys are talking on. They show you the radios, and you can hear them talking. They're on Channel 11 out in California, but we don't hear them right here. But they're live out there on the internet. Old Tube Radio Network. All right, this 21. We'll see y'all later next week. Back out.
Okay, all right. Catch you later, bud.
See you later, Sundance. Wasn't that you? Jim Roger. All right. Crazy man, you can't hear him, but that's Sundance.
Sunday, I wish you put that antenna higher where I can hear you out there, bud. I can't hear you. You might be able to hear me. I can't hear you.